banana? Banana? Don't touch, don't touch. What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. So my name is Paul Colson. I am a firefighter, paramedic, rescue diver. I'm an online fitness coach, a hybrid athlete, husband, and father. So man of many hats, my normal spiel. So if you're new here, welcome in. And if you're not new here and you're coming back, thanks for showing up. So today is going to be another day in the life and another episode into the mini series for the HYROX prep. So we are 10 days out. It is currently April 9th on the time of recording this. So we're 10 days out from HYROX Miami coming up. This is the last official push of the prep. So today the game plan is to do a full HYROX simulation at my partner Mark's house. He's got the setup over there. The only thing he doesn't have is the sled. So no sled push, no sled pull, but we will have access to everything else, and including 8K worth of running and then all the other functional movements mixed in. To compensate for the sleds, we're just gonna do 500 wall balls between the two of us to finish out. So it could be a burner. We're only gonna do about 75% effort, pulling back the intensity a little bit on that, just because there's no real point to gas out at this point. We're just kind of going through, seeing how we're gonna work together for the prep, or for the competition itself. So that is the game plan later today. And then next week, we jump into a deload leading up to the event. So last push, I got runs the rest of the week, just finishing out that end of it. So I just got back from this one's Little Gym. We take her once a week to this place called Little Gym. It's basically gymnastics for toddlers. And it's great for their motor skill development. It's great for their socialization, and she just has a blast doing it. Full steam ahead now at 11:30. And we're gonna cook up some lunch. So I'll kind of show you guys my little concoction for that for the day. And what I'm gonna prep for supplements and things like that and snacks going into the rest of the day. Because after I leave here in about an hour and a half, I've got to help my mom move some stuff, straight from there to a client's house, and then straight from there to my buddy Mark's for the simulation. So busy. We're gonna prep up some food and get this thing rolling. All right, so lunch for today, we've got 2 slices of sourdough, big slices, Trader Joe's brand, so it probably comes out to about like 40-ish grams of carbs. And then 2 eggs and 6 ounces of egg whites, 2 slices of bacon and some spinach, pepper jack cheese, and the finishing touch was the mustard garlic aioli from Trader Joe's as well. Spices it up, makes the sandwich really just pop. So that was my breakfast yesterday, made it, loved it, and then we're coming back for it again. So good mix of your carbs, your proteins, and your fats that you want to get in. Also tag in a banana as well, a little potassium and a little additional carb there too. So that is what I'm having for lunch. For breakfast, my usual, I have the smoothie with all of, my Transparent Lab supplements mixed in there, the protein, the creatine, the greens I had separate, but I also have probiotic greens from them that I take every morning as well. And generally I take the hydrate, but I am out of the hydrate, which is their electrolyte complex. So I'm just kind of using leftover element that I have sitting around in the cabinet. So that's generally in the morning. Then I have either a banana or a macro bar as a snack. And then I come in for usually breakfast is my lunch, as far as whole foods go. So that is what we're having here. And then dinner time, I'm not really sure. We fly out tomorrow, so I think it's just leftovers of ground beef, rice, and all that good stuff. So we'll check that out a little later on today. I'm gonna eat this, tidy up this place a little bit because it looked like a bomb went off in here. So I will see you guys in a little bit. I just finished up moving stuff around. It wasn't actually a whole lot. It was really just going through a bunch of our shit that we had left at my mom's house and just kind of collected over a while. So went and threw away a lot of stuff, helped her move some boxes around, and I feel like a zombie. I don't know what it is. I don't know if it's the weather. I don't know if it's the sleep last night. It says I'm at 5.5 hours, which isn't great. But yeah, I feel tired. So I have my cyclic dextrin and pre-workout. I have my electrolytes in this cup. So my electrolytes are almost done. The cyclic dextrin and the pre-workout, I'm gonna take about 30 minutes into my session with my client. That way it's got a full hour to work its magic prior to getting to Mark's house to start running the simulation. So hopefully that shit will kick in and we'll get a good kick of energy, and then after that first 1K, once we get the body moving, we can get kicked in the high gear and make the most of the last hoorah, the last workout, the last big workout before deload. So yeah, with my client today, we've got a full body session, so I'm about to head over to him. He's actually right down the street. So full body session with him, which I'll record because he's cool with it. And he's on kind of a 3-day-a-week full body, and then now he's getting back into running, so I'm starting to program more of his running. He does do hybrid, so I see him twice a week in person, sometimes 3, and the remaining days are programmed online where we track nutrition and do all that stuff as well. So I do online as well as the in-person. I am filling up. I literally can probably take maybe 2 more online guys and 1 more in-person guy, and I'm gonna cap out for probably the next 4 to 6 months until we cycle out. So if you guys are interested, make sure you're checking out my website, www.paulcolsoncoaching.com, or go to my Instagram and shoot me a DM. And I'm happy to get you guys started with that. So yeah, 2 spots left online, 1 more in person, and we're gonna cut it because I wanna be able to make sure that I'm giving all my current clients and you guys that are jumping in, my full time and energy, and I'm not, a 50-person client list where I'm barely speaking to you guys. That's not how I run. So yeah, cool. We're gonna drive over and get this stuff rolling and hopefully wake up a little bit. So we're out here about to get things going there inside, getting situated. We've got our 8 1Ks, so 800-meter loops around the neighborhood. And then we come inside, got wall balls set up here, the rower, the farmer's carries, and then I think we're gonna do an assault bike with wall ball complex to kind of tie things out instead of using the sled on the street today. So should be a good one. We're gonna hammer it out again, probably about 70-75%. We've been hammering it hard for the last few weeks, and we wanna go through the reps and get the work in, but not kill ourselves in the process of it. So get a good work in, get some fundamentals down, and we're gonna rock and roll. So let's do it. Whoo boy, that was something. So I can finally breathe now. I went and ran a few errands, had to go get stuff for the trip tomorrow morning to pack tonight. So now that I'm recovered a little bit, that was brutal. Mark, he's done a few of these HYROX sessions before, or HYROX events before, so he's seasoned with it. And he's got a good running background and kind of running base when it comes to all that stuff. So our overall goal for HYROX is to hit around 60 minutes. If we can go sub, an hour and 5, great. But our goal is somewhere around 60 minutes, which if we can do that, that's pushing elite status there. Some of these guys are even under 60 minutes. So we're going in with high hopes. And today with the simulation, obviously we didn't use the sled. Instead, we substituted going back and forth for 5 calories each on the assault bike, only using legs, just to simulate the blow up of what is going to happen with the sleds. And I think that was a good alternative with that. And that being said, for the first 6 800s that we ran, because we didn't run the full 1K, it just made more sense to do the lap, ended up at 800. We were both averaging anywhere from 3:45 per kilometer to about 4:15 per kilometer, which I've been training at a 4:35, 4:45 pace. So, you know, we were running quick. And with that being said, blowing up on the last two, you know, the second to last one, I was only 10 seconds or so behind him, so still holding a good pace. And then the last one, I was completely shot out, but you know, I still finished it and we hammered out the wall balls together. The strength movements are definitely my strengths, whereas the endurance, obviously being new to the whole running scene, last year prior to the half marathon, it's definitely a work in progress, and endurance, unfortunately, it just takes time to build. So a lot of these elite guys have come from some sort of a endurance base or endurance background, which is not the case for me. And same thing applies with Mark. He used to be a soccer player, pro or semi-pro, and you know, he's tall, so he's got a good leg length when it comes to that. So, I mean, overall for the sim, you know, it was a good test of seeing where I was at. Obviously, I wish the endurance was something that I had focused a little bit more on throughout the prep, and will be what I focus on for the next prep. After the marathon, I should be pretty seasoned when it comes to that. But overall, I mean, even considering everything else, being a little slower with, you know, the last run being blown up and not having the sleds, if we factored both of those things in, I mean, we were still shooting for somewhere around 60 minutes is what we would have probably finished at. So, I mean, I wasn't fully hydrated. I was cramping up a little bit. All things considered, on race day, if we can put forth that same effort, plus the adrenaline, plus having carb loaded, you know, a good 3 days prior, and really taking the time to hydrate, get the electrolytes in, and prepping throughout, I think we're on pace to hit our mark. So good stuff today, definitely brutal burner. And now we go into our deload week. So I'll touch on, you know, next week more of what the deload and what that carb load leading up to is going to look like. But for now, we're going to walk inside. I got a lot to unload, and we're going to start packing up. It's 8 o'clock now, and we've got a real early morning to get over to Arkansas. So I'll close out with you guys in a little bit. Stay tuned. All right, so we are closing this stuff out for the night. We got in, packed everything up. As you can see, we're throwing everything into one checked bag because there's no way that we're doing individual carry-ons for all three of us. So we're all packed up. I am bringing my running shoes. I got a pair of New Balance 1080s for my easy runs because I just felt like my feet were getting beat to shit with the Nikes. And these have been fantastic. So if you are looking for a pair of good easy run, long run shoes, definitely not made for speed, but a lot of cushion on these bad boys and a lot of support, highly recommend. But yeah, packing those up because I'm gonna do some easy runs while we're up there with Megan, and you know, just kind of taking it easy, enjoying the sights, soaking it all up out there in the woods. And I am loading up my creatine, probiotic greens, and my protein as well. So that should be good as far as supplements go, all again from Transparent Labs. Here's the plug. If you guys are looking for the 10% off, save a little bit of money on the Transparent Lab stuff, I highly, highly, highly recommend them. Aside from just working with them, they were already one of my top, you know, brands or companies out there, just promoting clean, transparent products across the board. No fillers, no artificial ingredients, preservatives, all that bad shit that you get in the huge ingredient lists of these other supplement brands out there. It's something that they do take pride in, and you know, they just don't hurt your stomach, and they're awesome, awesome stuff. So use code Coulson, COULSON at checkout, and that'll save you guys a little bit of money there. And it supports me along the way in the channel. So yeah. We're gonna wrap this stuff up. I'm finally gonna shower and eat food. It is 9:15 now, and we gotta be up at 4. So there we go, no sleeping again. But We are 10 weeks out. Next week starts the deload week, and I'll kind of walk you guys through that. Deload, meal prep, all that stuff leading up to April 19th being the big day. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for watching. If you're new here, I hope to see you guys again. And as always, if you're looking for coaching, paulcolsoncoaching.com. You can find out more information there, set up a call with me, or you can jump on Instagram and follow me on Instagram. I love hearing from you guys, so drop comments, like, subscribe, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys next week.